One thing I want to talk about really quick is the path to altcoin season. This is a chart that I found on the internet. I talked a little bit about it on Twitter the other day, but this is typically how it works. So, right, you have Bitcoin going on a massive, massive run here, right? Big move. I mean, it's gone straight up for 2.5 years on Bitcoin. So once Bitcoin tops out, right, what you start to see is people selling Bitcoin and trickling into Ethereum. So you can see right here, phase one is the Bitcoin phase. Bitcoin goes on an absolute tear, just like it has over the last 2 years. And then what you see is the money flow, meaning the money starting to flow out of Bitcoin and it goes into Ethereum. Okay, and you can see once we get to phase two, which I believe this is where we're at right now. This is when Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks of the flippening phase, which is the rotation out of Bitcoin into Ethereum. What that means is Ethereum is outperforming. So you can see that Bitcoin is up only 1% on the month. It's up 1% in the month of August. Okay, 1%. That's all it's up. Ethereum, on the other hand, is up 19% on the month. Okay, so that means that people are rotating out of Bitcoin, right? The trade hasn't been Bitcoin for a while. And you can see July, Bitcoin was up 8% in July. What was Ethereum up in July? 48%. So 8% to 48%. The smart money right now, they're rotating out of Bitcoin into Ethereum. So we're in the phase two of altcoins. Okay, and then the phase overlap happens when the money starts to flow out of Ethereum into large caps. So you can see money is starting to trickle down into large caps where we see large buy-ups happening. So the large caps are going to be your names like Aerodome Finance, like Chainlink, like OP, like Near, like STX. Okay, these are the larger cap ARB. Okay, these are the larger cap names where then people start to take profits from Ethereum after Ethereum goes parabolic, right? When Ethereum starts to go up, okay, just like this, and then they take their profits on Ethereum, and then they roll it into those larger cap names like Chainlink, like Doge, like ARB, right? Like OP, Near, those larger cap names. If you come over here to coinmarketcap.com, you can see the larger caps are going to be Solana, Doge, Ada Cardano, Chainlink, and Sui. So I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're in this stage. I think we may have started it. Okay, we started to see some of these altcoins like Chainlink's up like, I don't know, 50% this month or something crazy in the last 30 days. So phase three is when money rotates out of Ethereum and goes into large caps. And then after the large caps, right, then the money starts to flow into like the lower cap stuff. That's when just things start to go crazy, right? The large caps have gone full vertical and we're seeing blow off tops. That's when you're seeing the 300% moves. So I think we're somewhere in this phase where money is starting to begin to flow out of Ethereum and going into these large caps. And then, I think in the next couple of months, next 2 or 3 months, you're going to see that blow off top phase with some of these altcoins, and you're just going to see a massive, massive move. If you come over here to coinmarketcap.com, this is a good website that I like to look at. So you can see right here, they have an altcoin season indicator. Okay, and you can see right here that when we're in altcoin season, we're in the blue zone. Okay, so that's going to mean we're in this phase right here. This is typically when we want to sell. Right, this is when we're going to want to sell our altcoins that we've been holding since April. Okay, so when this gets up to this blue zone, that's when I'm going to sell my alts. That's when I will be selling my Chainlink, selling my ARB, selling all my altcoins. Is when this indicator here on CoinMarketCap.com gets back up here to the blue. You can see it was in the blue here. December 3rd was the high for altcoin season. Okay, that was back in December. Right, so let's go back here to December. Let's just go on Ethereum here. So December 3rd is when this indicator topped out here in the blue. So when we're in the blue, we're in altcoin season. That means altcoins are just going nuts and outperforming everybody, right? We're in this phase right here in the market. Okay, so you can see back here on Ethereum, December 3rd, where was December 3rd? December 3rd was right here, somewhere around 3,800. Okay, right there, literally at 3,800. It topped out at 4,000. So we're not even in it yet, guys. We're not there yet. We're not in altcoin season. We're close. I think we're 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 months out. I think the end of the year, somewhere around November, is when you're going to see these crazy prices. And that is going to be when we are going to want to sell. Okay, that's when we're going to be wanting to dump our alts and everything like that. Because again, we don't want to ride the wave all the way back down. We want to take our profits, sit cash, do whatever, and then get back in right after a very large sell-off on the next cycle. Because these markets move in cycles, guys. They go up, they go down. Our typical goal is to get in down here, okay, because this is when nobody's buying. This is when everybody's afraid, and to get out up here, okay, when the wave's up here, that's typically when we want to be selling. Okay, and you can see we're on the way up there, but we are not to the top yet. We'll know we're more closer to the top when this altcoin indicator right here on coinmarketcap.com. Again, all you got to do is go to coin. This is a free site, coinmarketcap.com. They have a fear and greed index. They have a bunch of cool stuff you guys can check out. I'm not an affiliate with them, or there's no affiliate program or anything like that. It's just an indicator. So you can see right here on their site, altcoin season. When this gets to the blue zone, okay, that's when we'll be in that altcoin season that we just talked about. So a lot of room to go for alts, guys. This pullback we've had over the last couple of days is really nothing. I mean, a lot of these names have ran 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%. A 10 to 15% pullback isn't anything.